It's the 2nd of September 2024. You're most welcome to the Nilecast only on Westnile television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories this evening, let's have a look at what's happening in the headlines tonight. In the headlines tonight, one dead as fuel tanker overturns in Okumuringa district. Public in Westnile region urged to conserve the environment to mitigate climate change. And Ondumi FC raised over 2 million shillings from Mini Tea Party to support the club. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. A very good evening again, viewer, and you're most welcome to the Nilecast only on Westnile television. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines tonight. Tragedy. A road accident happened along Nebi Arua Highway that has left one person dead. The tragedy has happened on the wee hours of Sunday morning at 2:45 a.m. and claimed the life of Abdul Fatal, 56-year-old driver of a truck, leaving the town man critically injured. Take a look.
A fuel tanker, registration number ZH2044 from Kenya destined to DR Congo, overturned in a go-down village, Paduat sub-county, Nebi district, killing one person on spot. The tragedy, which happened on Sunday morning at 2:45 a.m., claimed the life of Abdul Fatah, 56 years, the driver of the truck, leaving the town man critically injured. According to an eyewitness identified as Brian Omony, the accident happened in the wee hour of Sunday morning when the fuel tanker overturned. Omony said he was notified by the sound of the incident and rushed to the scene. He attributes the accident to overspeeding as part of a Gwok road is fully tarmacked. A team of police officers from a Gwok police post rushed to the scene of the accident and deployed at strategic places to protect the truck as residents were scrambling for fuel. Bashir Ahmed, a survivor and townman of the truck, narrated how the incident happened. Bashir added that he was asleep and realized after the truck was off-road. Salim Hussein, a Kenyan driver who equally rushed to the scene, attributes the accident to brake failure as big truck used pressure. He suspects that the pressure could have failed, leading to the truck to overturn.
I am not sure what caused it, but what I think it's that just the brake system of the car was failed. Although those trucks they're working in a pressure, maybe the pipe has already cut apart. Then I think that's what caused it, the accident. And the car, or maybe he touched the brake, the steering got off the road. Then he wanted to turn back, and the brake is Montara. That's why the driver got out from the window and died also there.
However, ASP Isaac Osho, Nebi District Traffic Officer, confirmed the incident and declined to divulge more information about the incident as he was out of the duty station. This is the third time trucks overturning at Agwok in the month of August and September 2024. The body has been conveyed to Nebi General Hospital mortuary and the wreckage of the truck is still at Agwok. Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
The general public in the Northwest Nile region has been urged to conserve the environment so as to mitigate the challenges posed by climate change within the region. This urge was made by the leaders of the region after the region had been hit by floods and other natural disasters. Okumuringa reports.
The leaders in the three districts of Yumbe, Moyo and Obongi raised their concern to the public and urged them to look at different ways of conserving the environment so as to address the challenges being faced due to the sudden change in the weather pattern within the region. Honorable Ruhuda, the State Minister for Defense in charge of Veteran Affairs, said issues of climate change is real and is being caused by the people themselves. She urged the public to conserve the environment by planting more trees, not encroaching on swamps for agricultural practices, among others, so as to help address the dangers brought about by the change in climate.
This also relates us to issues of climate change. Our people must know that it is real. We must be all out to protect our environment. There are so many things that we can do in protecting the environment. Tree planting, not using the swamps. If you use the swamps, instead you put it a fish pond, other than putting a rice, other than draining this. We must wake up as Ugandans that the climate change issues are real.
Honorable Ruto Maza, the Member of Parliament West Moyo County, urged the public to adhere to the advice from the Meteorological Department and avoid tree cutting and environmental degradation, saying this affects the weather pattern and very soon may lead to desertification if the issue of environmental conservation is not taken serious.
How can we be able to adopt climate changes? By planning and listening to advice from the Meteorological Department. The Meteorological Department in Entebbe as well as what we call weather forecast. They should be able to listen to that and follow accordingly.
Honorable Anyama Williams, the Chairman Local Council 5 Moyo District, said the effect of climate change is being experienced through extreme conditions such as extreme rains and extreme sunshine, and therefore urged the public to follow good environmental conservation practices such as not cutting down trees on large scale so as to address the challenges of climate change.
We have seen the seasons are all extreme. Either there is too much sunshine or there is too much rainfall. There is no moderate season in between. And this is affecting not only the agricultural economy, but it is also affecting people through disaster.
Honorable Buga Habib Kemis, the Chairman Local Council 5 Obongi District, said there is no attempt by any single partner in Obongi District that has come out to support the conservation of the environment, yet trees are being destroyed on daily basis by the refugee communities for wood fuel without being replaced.
Not a single partner who has come boldly that I've come to support the activity of tree planting. It is not there. For that, my government has sat down, the deck sat to make sure that this year we must be forced to make sure that tree planting must be one of the key issues to be considered.
Mr. Pimpaza Samuel Hasaka, the resident district commissioner of Obongi, appeals to the public to plant as many trees as possible so as to recover from the destruction being caused by the presence of over 150,000 refugee population who cut the trees for wood fuel, and request the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugee UNHCR to have a special program for environmental conservation for Obongi and other refugee hosting districts.
I want to appeal to the locals and the leaders. Let us plant as many trees as possible. We are doing badly in terms of the environment. We have the problem of the refugees. These refugees you have here, we have about 140,000 refugees. They don't get charcoal. I mean, they don't use energy saving stoves. They don't use charcoal stoves. They cut the trees and plant. So we really want to beg even UNHCR, together with the Office of the Prime Minister, that there should be a special arrangement for Obongi District and other refugee hosting districts.
Mr. Sobasi Daniel, a dealer in tree seedlings in Moyo District, said the change in the climate has greatly affected the people across West Nile region and has offered to supply anybody who needs tree seedlings with a seedling so as to help conserve the environment. Northwest Nile region and the entire West Nile region has for long been grappling with a change in climate, which the experts mostly attribute to the destruction of the forest cover through the cutting down of trees on large scale for either timber or charcoal and wood fuel, besides other mining activities, which has resulted into either floods or drought, hence causing hunger and destruction of property. It's upon this background that the leaders in the region are calling upon the public to conserve the environment so as to avert the situation from getting out of hand. Dominic Anthony Okumu, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. As part of evangelization, Agape Ministries Ara branch on Sunday, the 1st of September 2024, held a massive Thanksgiving ceremony as a way of celebrating 20 years of existence. The event took place at Agape Christian Fellowship Ara, where many Christians and other congregations attended the event. Oraku Benson Pastore reports.
Sunday, 1st of September 2024 was great joy at Agape Christian Fellowship Arua as huge population of Christians and other stakeholders poured in great numbers to commemorate 20 years of its establishment since 2004. This is a religious institution registered with Government of Uganda under Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs with the mission of fulfilling Jesus Christ through proclaiming and demonstrating the love and grace of God. Sam Feta, one of the iconic pastors at Agape Christian Fellowship Arua, said he is celebrating the day with 20 years of also working as a pastor and encourages people to join them in preaching the gospel of Christ.
As we celebrate 20 years of Agape Christian Fellowship Arua, I'm celebrating 20 years of being a pastor. And I want to thank God that this is it. This is so important for us. Our mission is to really to declare the word of God, to proclaim the message of Christ, the salvation, and to demonstrate that word as well, and the love of Christ. And also our main idea here is that we will be able to unite the body of Christ in Westnile. And so we do several things within Westnile that get the body of Christ together and many other things. So everyone is welcome because God loves everybody. Actually, our mission is to everybody. So you come, but when you come, just like Jesus, he said, he called his disciples, saying, come follow me and I will make you. We expect that as you come, God will work on you and you will be able to love and enjoy, and we have seen tremendous changes in people's lives.
Dr. John Adriko, Senior Pastor Agape Ministries Kampala, said God has really grown him greatly. That's why he has traveled to celebrate that day with them.
And it was for me a great honor to come and witness what God has done in 20 years. We started small, a few people in Rural Hill in one of the classrooms. That's where we used to fellowship and meet every Sunday. Young people, none married, none working at that particular time. But today I can say God has been faithful. He has caused us to grow greatly, and that's one of the key reasons why I have come to celebrate together with them. The thing that we propagate and promote everywhere we go is the love of God. And our motto in all our churches in Agape is that where the love of God flows freely to all. We would like to see a world that is filled with the love and the grace of God. And so we promote this, we propagate this. Every church planted is supposed to exhibit the love of God.
Andoga Geoffrey, Pastor at Agape Christian Fellowship Arua, encourages people to come to experience and demonstrate the words of God.
We want to comprehend and understand and experience, and also we would like to invite you to come and join us as we experience and demonstrate the love of God. And what we always say to our people who visit us as first timer is that if Agape is a place that God has really located for you, you just have to join. And if it is not, we know that there are many places where God has prepared for his people, and we also encourage you to go into those places.
Men's leader in the ministry said he has grown in the ministry.
When this ministry started, I was very young in primary, and I had my seniors who started this ministry. Right from day one until now, I have never moved out of the ministry. I have grown in this ministry, and my leaders really know, they know the Bible. They preach what is in the Bible. They don't say anything outside the Bible.
Agape Christian Fellowship Arua under Agape Ministries for Christ International was established in 2004 and has so far spread its wings across 5 districts of Westnile region, the Arua, Teregu, Maracha, Nebi and lastly Koboko district. Oraku Benson Pastore, Fete Emmanuel, Westnile Television Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. Residents in Adjumani district are on the verge of getting closer and cheaper medical services as stakeholders want to improve on the health services in the district. Onzima Alan reports.
One of the major challenges local communities in Adjumani district have been encountering was health referrals. Previously, people could go to Gulu, Kampala for specialized treatment, but with the creation of new medical services within Adjumani district, the community is assured of better and near health services. This facility is attached with multi-specialized health services, which will benefit the locals within Adjumani district and the neighboring districts. Dr. Akul Patrick, the director of Otatu Medical Services, emphasized on the need for cheaper services and saving transport costs through nearing the services so that many people are able to save money rather than going to Gulu or abroad.
So we have specialists who come around, ranging from physicians, orthopedic surgeons, ENT surgeons. ENT is for ear, nose, and throat. And then we also have general surgeons. So this has really bridged the gap, even up to now. For people who cannot afford to go to Kampala or Gulu, they come and get this specialist service here at a very low price, while also saving on transport and also saving on food. You can cook from home. So we thank God that we were able to achieve that.
Agalejo Sunday, the in charge, said mostly they are handling non-communicable diseases which are highly infectious and affecting the community, especially malaria among children.
If you basically see the treatment that we do actually most is basically communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases, then the surgical conditions. For the non-communicable diseases, the conditions that we mostly register are diabetes and hypertension. Then for the communicable diseases, the conditions that we register the highest is malaria. Malaria is actually everywhere, and it's the same here. The numbers are really overwhelming. Mostly in children. When we receive children, on a scale of 1 to 10, the highest number that we get for the chance of you getting malaria in a child is actually 8. So most times they come and they have this severe form of malaria. We admit them, we manage them, and we discharge them.
Communities of Adjumani district previously used to face challenges of accessing medical services in terms of referrals to other districts due to limited health facilities, with the district having only one main hospital. Is Ushaki Ujima Alan, West Nile Television, Nile Cast.
Welcome back from the weekend. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. We are already into a new month, the month of September. And as I speak right now, it's already the 2nd of September and the year is 2024. I can confirm to you so many things transpired over the weekend and they continue to transpire. And also in Europe, table standings have already started taking steps in all the top European leagues, English Premier League, Spanish Primera Division, and also the other top European leagues. And also local here, I can confirm to you ball games are going on, not for secondary schools, not for primary schools, but for health institutions and also teams. They are preparing ahead of the new season. What about FIFA Super 8? Let's go systematically, and we start it with the stories that happen within the region of West Nile. Let's start from Arua district. I can confirm to you Teams right now, they are doing preparations ahead of the new season of 4th Division League. Over the weekend, there was a minty party in form of fundraising organized by Odumi, whereby they were able to raise over 2 million Ugandan shillings. Let's first take a look at the highlights of the story. A total of over 2 million Ugandan shillings was realized during the Minty Party fundraising organized by Udum Football Club to transform the financial status of the club ahead of the forthcoming Arua District 4th Division League. The fundraising part took place on Saturday, 30th of August 2024 at the playing ground of the club, attracting a huge number of different stakeholders extending their support both financial and material. Okonze Alfred, LC5 chairman Arua District, who offered 3 balls and financial support, further said, as district leaders, they will continue to support the club.
We'll continue supporting them whenever they need footballs. I will support them. Even cleaning of the football pitch, I'll give them the support, and then making sure that their play materials are provided for. So this is a club that we must support, because as you know today, if we leave youths without giving them support, they get spoiled. Today I've given them 3 balls with 100,000 cedis, and I'm going to give them jersey, set of jersey, and also a football for the ladies.
Aikoyo Herbert, the Chief Executive Officer of Udumi Football Club, said they have organized the fundraising to sort out financial challenges ahead of the forthcoming season.
The reason as to why we are doing this is to raise funds to run 4th Division 2024-25. And our target is not only 4th Division, we are going for regionals. So we are just raising this fund to support the club to play 4th Division up to zonals, so that we qualify to play regionals. And in our plans, what we are doing is to allow for transport, the playing equipment, also the facilitation.
Erico Francis, head coach of the club, similarly said they are trying to sort out the challenges they had last season, especially in acquiring licenses for the players.
We are trying to iron out the challenges we faced last season, especially when we went for the zonal. We had the poor preparation, especially in licensing players. But this time, I did my transfer as early as possible. So far, I've licensed like 25 players. Somebody also is going to bring for us, I think next week, Tuesday, 3 sets of jersey. I think there's a lot of improvement this season.
Meanwhile, Ikoba Innocent, team captain of Udumi Football Club, said this move has motivated the players and will create harmonious relationship with the district leaders in supporting the club.
One of the reasons why this fundraising is being organized is to motivate the players to show the commitment that the community has, and it has also united the club with the government officials. As we all know, the Udumi Football Club is located at the heart of the district headquarters. That means the district will have to be involved in supporting the team and so forth. So this is one of the ways through which it has been done.
Udumi Football Club is an organized community-based club in Arua District, Vura County, established in 2018. Last season, the club managed to reach up to the knockout stages of mini-zonal league in Madiokolo. Oraku Benson Pastore, Westnile Television, Nile Sports. Moving on, just within Westnile region, particularly in Arua City, I can confirm to you different health institutions we have in the country of Uganda. Right now, they are in Arua City for National Health Institutional Ball Games. That, of course, has been hosted by Arua Comprehensive School of Nursing and Midwifery. They are participating in different sporting disciplines as activities such as athletics, football, netball, volleyball, so many of them. The games commenced today. Let's take a look at the details of the tournament.
All right, a very good evening to you, the viewer of Westnile TV. I'm coming to you live from the golf course where we are having several games taking place in the Arua City, and these are the inter-schools games for the nursing schools across the entire country, where we are privileged as a city to be hosting a number of schools from the entire country and they are taking part in several games ranging from football, netball, and many other games. And all this is to make sure that sports as an activity is actually catered for. And now I want to talk to Chandia Ronald, the sports officer at Arua City, to also give us an overview of these games. And Mr. Chandia, you're most welcome to Westnile TV.
Well, thank you, viewers. Good evening. As is already introduced, I'm called Chandia Ronald, the sports officer at Arua City. Arua City is again blessed with this national activity. Last year or so we did host national activity. That one was Paralympic. This year we are hosting National Health Institution game being hosted by Arua School of Comprehensive Nursing and in Arua City. As in charge of sports, I was informed and I am on the lead. We received about 56 schools across the country since last Friday, yesterday we kicked off with the athletics in the Barifa and we ended this afternoon. Athletics is already done. The results will be disclosed tomorrow. This afternoon at around 3 p.m. we kicked off with the ball games. The sporting discipline under ball games include football, volleyball, netball, handball. Yesterday also in evening and afternoon hours we started with woodball and mind games. As I talk now, all these games are on in various places. For mind games, they are being played there within the center, that is Arua School of Nursing. Handball, netball, volleyball, all in various. Football is being played in 8 different pitches. One is Barifa, Salim Saleh Ground, Arua Core PTC, various. 2 fields in Ombatsi, St. Joseph College Ombatsi, then 1 in Ombatsi Primary, 1 in St. Mary's Day of Girls SS. Activities are going on well with the minimum challenges. The weather is okay, cool, not bad. We started up well. The discipline is good. Security is okay. And teams are really displaying their talent.
Okay, somebody may be asking, when will these games end? Because we did see them starting yesterday and today we did see them going on. When do we see the last game to be played in this tournament here?
According to the circular, this game is supposed to end on the 6th Friday this week. But the official opening will be tomorrow by State Minister for Primary Education between noon and 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. And the venue is going to be at Timvara. That is our expectation. Now that the games are started on a high gear, I think by Thursday, possibly, we are likely to play semi-finals, and the finals will be played on Friday morning, 6. As in charge sports, I was tasked to recruit local officiating officials. This time the ministry has decentralized by saying that when this health institution game is taken to that place, the regions will recruit officiating officials at their or within their jurisdiction. But as a West Nile entire region, some of the games do not really have qualified officiating officials, like woodball. I really looked for people. Like handball, we have very few officiating officials. So those are some of the challenges. I want to say to the people of West Nile that let's try to impress. Let's not only focus on the football, netball, and those are the games.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chandia. I will be keeping to disturb your offices in there for more information related to these games, because we want to understand why some of these games are not really taking shape in West Nile sub-region. And now talking about one of the games that has, of course, not been given much attention in West Nile sub-region is woodball, which we are seeing just happening right behind us is woodball. And now we have an official from Uganda Woodball Federation to also tell us how this game can be able to sort of pick in this region and how we can make these games famous. Because looking at West Nile sub-region, our emphasis has mostly been on football, and of late we are seeing attention being given back to athletics, as we lost the glory, but we are seeing now revival also really taking place in there. But how do we make sure that such games also really come and we get to rebrand West Nile sub-region into these games? You're most welcome, starting with your name.
Thank you so much. Good evening, viewers. By the names of Enabo Eric, working hand in hand with the Uganda Football Federation in the side of developing the sport. Now, looking at football being not so new, as you might state it, but football actually in West Nile, it is mainly played by Muni University. Actually, it has been one of the competitive rivals when it comes to the university games, doing very, very well in the university games. Now, when it comes down to West Nile as a region, actually there's need to grab these new games that are just coming up, because they actually have better opportunities than the primitive games that we have, like football, handball, and so on. Now, when you look at football, actually someone might think it is a lazy man's game. Okay, that is before you enter in it. But once you enter in it, that's when you know that it is actually more or less like golf. Okay, because this is a sport which has derived from golf.
Could that be the reason that's why we are playing it right at the golf course?
No, that couldn't be the reason, but because maybe the space we had at the hosting institution wasn't enough, so we requested for a bigger space. This is one of the easiest games and one of the cheapest sports you can ever join, because the equipments are locally manufactured in the country. And there's only one service provider, that is Uganda Football Federation, who are selling these equipments.
Now, as we are moving on with these games, we could actually tap into some of these opportunities, because you know that a lot of opportunities could be lying in these games, and you never know, your child whom you never know could be having talent in this game could actually relieve you from paying school fees right from secondary school and at the higher institutions of learning. And now with that, I want to hand over back to you, Benson Oraku, at the Political Command Center, to continue with Nile Sports News.
Welcome back from those local stories. Moving ahead now into national stories, I can confirm to you the FIFA Super 8 tournament final came to an end over the weekend with the finals, where Ball were crowned as the champions after defeating the team of Venoms, that's Vipers, in the sport kick, that's in the penalty shootout. The normal time of that game ended in a barren draw, that's 0-0. Then, like I said earlier on, Ball cleansing the trophy in the penalty shootout. Meanwhile, in third playoffs, it has gone into the hands of Uganda Crane Select side after beating the side called Airtel Sitara by 2-0. Why don't we then move to Europe and we look into the results that we are played in English Premier League, in Spanish Primera Division. Quickly, games we are played starting from Saturday, whereby we saw Brighton playing 1-1 with Arsenal, and Brentford were 3-1 winners over Southampton, and Everton lost into the hands of Bournemouth by 3-2. Bournemouth coming from 2 goals down, and Fulham playing 1-1 with the Ipswich Town. Meanwhile, Aston Villa were away to Leicester and they managed to beat the Foxes by 2-1. Meanwhile, for Wolves, they had to share the spoils with Nottingham Forest playing 1-1, and Man City concluded the games on Saturday with a 3-1 win over West Ham United. Meanwhile, yesterday, the biggest win was actually registered by the team of Liverpool over Manchester United, demolishing them by 3-0. Before that, Chelsea had to share the spoils with the team of Crystal Palace in London Derby, which ended 1-1, and Newcastle were 2-1 winners over the team of Spurs. I can confirm to you, table standing has already started taking shape there. Meanwhile, in German Bundesliga, Union Berlin were 0-0 winners over St. Pauli, and Bochum lost into the hands of Borussia Mönchengladbach by 2-0. Wolfsburg registered the same scoreline over Holstein Kiel 2-0 also, and Mainz drew 3-3 with Stuttgart, and the only goalless draw was between Dortmund and the team of Werder Bremen, and RB Leipzig did edge out Bayer Leverkusen at Leverkusen's arena by 3-2, and Bayern Munich yesterday managed to beat Freiburg by 2-0. And in French Ligue 1, it all started way back on Friday with Lyon beating Strasbourg by 4-3. Brest were 4-0 winners over Saint-Etienne. This one was played on Saturday, whereby Nantes were 3-1 winners over Montpellier. For Olympique de Marseille, they went on to beat Toulouse by 3-1. Lens had to settle for 1-1 draw with the team of AS Monaco. Nice, meanwhile, thumped the side anchors by 4-1.
and Le Havre, Levier, we are 3-1 winners over Das Ozere. Reims will also lost into the hands of Rennes by 2-1, and lastly the last game played yesterday night was between Paris Saint-Germain and Lille, where Paris Saint-Germain beat Lille by 3-1. And in Italian Serie A, Venezia lost into the hands of Das Turno by 1-0. Meanwhile, Atalanta were demolished by Das Inter 4-0, and Bologna had to settle for 1-1 draw with the team of Empoli. And Cagliari were edged by Lecce by 1-0. Meanwhile, Lazio had to play out a 2-2 draw with the team of AC Milan, and Monza also registered the same scoreline against Fiorentina yesterday, 2-2 also. And Hellas Verona went away to Das Genoa, managed to beat them by 2-0. And the only game which did not produce any goal was the game between Juventus and AS Roma, which ended 0-0. And lastly, Udinese were 0-0 winners over the team of Como. Let's summarize everything with how things transpired over the weekend in Spanish Primera Division. Barcelona continues to prove people that they are still the best in Spanish Primera Division and also in Catalonia. And the biggest win over the weekend was registered by them after crossing a side called Real Valladolid by 7-0. For Atletico narrowly Athletic Bilbao by 1-0. And Espanyol, we are 2-1 winners over Rayo Vallecano. Meanwhile, for Leganés, they lost into the hands of Real Mallorca by 1-0. Villarreal had to settle for 1-1 draw with the team of Valencia in Mestalla Derby. Las Palmas lost into the hands of Deportivo Alaves by 2-0. And Osasuna had a narrow win over the team of Celta Vigo, beating them by 3-2. The only game without any single goal being scored was between Real Sociedad and Getafe. That game ended 0-0, and match day 3 in Spanish Primera Division was concluded yesterday night with a game between Real Madrid and Real Betis, where Real Madrid beat Real Betis by 2-0. About the transfers, I can confirm to you summer transfer window is officially closed. I am out of the studio. Let's link up again tomorrow.
Thank you, Oraku, Benson, Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight. Viewers, that marks the end of the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Thank you always for taking the time to be with us.